Persephone and the Turning of Seasons. Long ago, when the earth was young and the fields were wide and untended, there lived a goddess named Demeter. She was the keeper of the growing things. Where she walked, wheat lifted its head. Where she rested her hand, orchards flowered. Under her watch, the earth was generous. And she had one daughter. Her name was Persephone. Persephone loved the open air. She wandered through meadows in the soft morning light. She knelt beside wildflowers and traced their petals with careful fingers. She listened to the hum of bees and the quiet murmur of grass bending in the breeze. The world in those days was always warm. The trees did not yet know how to lose their leaves. The fields did not yet sleep. One afternoon, Persephone walked farther than usual. She followed the scent of a new bloom, pale and bright against the green of the hillside. As she reached to touch it, the ground beneath her shifted. The earth opened. From below rose Hades, ruler of the quiet underworld. He did not come with thunder or anger. He came as something inevitable. He had watched the world above and grown weary of its distance. He wished for companionship in his shadowed kingdom. And so he carried Persephone gently down into the deep places beneath the earth. The meadow closed above them. The flowers continued to sway, but Persephone was gone. When Demeter returned and found the fields empty of her daughter's voice, the earth seemed to pause. She searched across valleys and along riverbanks. She called Persephone's name into the hills. No answer came. Days passed. Demeter's steps grew slower, and as her sorrow deepened, the world began to change. The wheat bent, but did not ripen. The orchards held back their fruit. Leaves lost their brightness. For the first time, the air grew cool. The earth had never before known such stillness. At last, Demeter learned what had happened. She stood before the high gods and spoke with quiet resolve. If my daughter cannot walk beneath the sun, she said, then neither shall the earth flourish. The gods listened. They understood that the balance of the world rested in this bond between mother and child. So, a messenger was sent to the underworld. In that dim and quiet realm, Persephone had walked beside Hades. The underworld was not loud or violent. It was still. Its rivers moved slowly. Its fields were pale. Its sky was deep and unchanging. Persephone had been offered a throne. She had been treated not as a captive, but as a queen. Yet she remembered the warmth of the sun. She remembered her mother's voice, carried on summer wind. Before she could return to the world above, there was one rule. Whoever tasted the food of the underworld must always return. And Persephone had eaten a small number of pomegranate seeds. Not many, just enough. And so, a balance was arranged. For part of each year, Persephone would rise from the underworld and walk again upon the earth. And when she did, Demeter's joy would return. The fields would soften. Green shoots would push through the soil. Blossoms would open. Spring would begin. But when the time came for Persephone to descend once more, the air would grow cool again. Leaves would loosen and drift quietly downward. The earth would rest. Winter would settle. And so the world found its rhythm. Not endless summer, not endless sorrow, but a turning, a gentle cycle, a remembering and a returning. Each year, when the first crocus lifts its head through frost-touched ground, it is said that Persephone has begun her journey upward. And when the last leaf falls in stillness, she has begun her quiet descent. The seasons move because of her. The fields rest because of her. The blossoms return because of her. And so the earth breathes in and out, through light and shadow, through warmth and coolness, through parting and reunion. And in that steady rhythm, the world remains whole